Hola. Hey guys, welcome to today's video. Happy New Year. I hope it is going well for you guys. So today in the video I am going to be doing my December favorites. So I have picked out a lot of things that throughout December I have gone to the most. I do use a lot of makeup, so it's kind of hard to pick out like my monthly favorites, but I did my best from perfume, skincare, brushes. I kind of threw like a bunch of things in there just to give it like a little mix up and not just be makeup. But these are the things that I feel like I used the most in December, or I talked about the most in December, or I referred to either a friend or a family member in December. If you are new here, thank you for stopping by. Make sure you hit the subscribe button in the bottom of this video and the bell next to it so you're notified when I upload. I do upload 3 times a week, Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 5 p.m. Eastern Time. If you are already subscribed, thank you and welcome back to my channel. Alright guys, so we're going to go ahead and get into the video. Alright, so I'm going to do my best to kind of go through these as I would put them on my face, but I feel like it may not turn out to be that way. I did, however, not pick all of my brushes that I use because I use so many different blending brushes, packing brushes, deepening brush. Like I use a lot of different brushes, so I just picked 3 that I'm like I can't live without. If I went somewhere, what were 3 brushes that I needed? So I'm gonna try to go in a little bit of order, and if I do, that's great. If I don't, oh well. Alright, so the first thing I'm gonna pick up is the KKW fragrance. This is the Crystal Gardenia. So this is Kim Kardashian's fragrance line. I saw a lot of them when they first launched and I was like, oh, they're so pretty, but I'm not going to order it because I'm, like I said before in a previous video, and I'll go ahead and link it up here. It was my Christmas video on what I got. I just don't buy fragrances online because you never know what they smell like. However, I think it was the beginning of December, I walked into Ulta and they had this and I was like, let me smell them all. I did not like the cherry. The peach was okay. The first body that she did, it was gross. I'm sorry, I didn't like it. But I smelled this one and I fell in love. I sprayed it all over my body, and thereafter, every time I went to Ulta, I sprayed it as soon as I walked into the door before I started my shopping. So when I opened this on Christmas morning, I was really super excited because it smells so beautiful. I'm just gonna spritz it just a little. It smelled so beautiful. So it is $60. It's a little bit pricey, but I don't think that's too terrible for this much. This is 2.5 fluid ounces. I have a 3.4 of this really fancy Pans Lancome, and it was like $140. So this isn't too terribly priced, but it's a little bit up there, but definitely worth the money. And it's beautiful. I mean, look at it. I don't know how to display it because it's angled, so I lay it, but it's beautiful. All right, so let's move on to skincare. So for skincare, I have 3 different things. I have the Kate Somerville Eradicate Acne Treatment. I have used this in the past, and I just grabbed another one here in December. Just because, or back in December, it's January, just because this has always worked the best for me. So I have to be careful not to shake it because there is stuff down here, the pink stuff that looks like calamine lotion, and then the clear stuff you literally dip the Q-tip in, spot it on. It does say you could do it like twice a day, but usually me, if I feel like I'm getting a breakout, I'll pop that sucker on, go to sleep, gone in the morning. $26 at Sephora, definitely worth the money. So will always probably be a favorite. Another thing that I got in my stocking for Christmas was the Ultra Repair Intensive Lip Balm by First Aid Beauty. First Aid Beauty makes a lot of wonderful skincare products. I think they made a primer recently that I'll have to check out. But as for lip balms, this is really nice to wear at nighttime. It's very thick. It smells like toothpaste, I will tell you that, but it has definitely helped my lips because your girl has some dry lips. So I'm just gonna put that out there. So this is definitely one of my favorites. I use it every night and I have since I got it. And another thing that I picked up in December from Sephora. This is not a sponsorship for Sephora, by the way, but if Sephora wants to reach out to me, I'm just saying. No, really. So this is the Sephora Intensive Instant Moisture Plus Cream Hyaluronic Acid Booster. So I have very, very dry skin on my face, on my eyelids, and I've been searching for a cream. I got a very fancy cream in my BoxyCharm video, which I will also link above, which didn't turn out well. It burnt my skin out. It smelled really bad, like really strong. So I have been using this one. This is just the Sephora brand, and you can't really tell because it's super white. Oh, there we go. There we go. I'm almost halfway through it. I put it on every night, every morning, and it is fantastic. It leaves my skin so soft. It feels nice, and the flaking has finally stopped. Thank God. All right, so let's move on to the next thing. We're going to talk about under foundation products. So I have my favorite primer. I have been using this more in December because my skin is getting drier because of the cold. And this is the Becca First Light Priming Filter Instant Complexion Refresh. It's supposed to be good for like smoothing out your complexion if you're like red, whatever. I don't feel that it does that for me, but it definitely hydrates my skin and it feels really nice and makes my foundation look so dewy and glowy and fantastic and not like a desert, because that's how dry my skin is. Let's see how many times in the video I can tell you how dry my skin is, just in case you don't know. I have dry skin. All right, so the next thing that I like to use, I go in after my primer, is the MAC Strobe Cream, and I love Pink Light. I think there are a couple, I'm going to try to get this to focus here. There are a couple different colors that they have, but Pink Light has seemed to be the best for my skin, and I love it, and it's so pretty. So I take it on a wet beauty blender, and I dab it all over after my primer, and then put my foundation on. And it just gives me a very glowy, naturally glowy look. Speaking of foundation, we're going to go into foundation, which is my Lancome foundation, and I am in, this is the Ultra Wear. I have no idea what these other words say. Can't pronounce them. So it is in shade 420, and this is an absolutely stunning foundation. It is a tad pricey, but it really is beautiful. I find that it lasts all day. It doesn't set into my fine lines, and it doesn't like attract to my dry spots or my texture, and it just really goes on so beautifully, and I have not had any issues with it. It says up to 24-hour color, wear, and comfort, transfer resistant. It definitely does transfer. It gets on my clothes, but all foundations do. So even if I set it with a setting powder, it's going to transfer if it touches. 24-hour, I would say that it lasts at least 10 to 12. I've never worn foundation for 24 hours, so if that's a video you want to see, go ahead and comment below, and maybe I'll do a 24-hour foundation wear test. Moving on to my next product, which is concealer, and we all know and love, well, most of us love Tarte Shape Tape. I have tried this, and I love it. I try a bunch of different concealers, and it always gets cakey, like Bye Bye Under Eye by IT Cosmetics. It just cakes under my eye. This is full coverage, but it isn't thick and cakey. It blends out nicely. It covers my dark circles very well. It doesn't stick to my dry, like I get dryness under my eye because I have dry skin. And I do have lines under there, which it doesn't really, I don't find that it creases as much as long as I do my beauty blender and set it immediately. Now, if I go in with my concealer, push it in, wait a little bit, then do my setting powder, it does crease. So you gotta kind of be quick where you dab it in, and then put that setting powder on, and you are good to go. Speaking of setting powder, we are going to go in with Huda Beauty. This is in Banana Bread. I know there was a lot of drama around this when it launched because she had very closely copied another indie brand, but I have to tell you, this product is really amazing. It is a shame that that all happened, but I absolutely love this. Of all the setting powders I have tried, Lancome, Laura Mercier, I even did the Coty Airspun, which I hate. I don't know why people like it so much. I don't use it anymore. It seems to be really like sticking to my dry areas of my under eye, where this doesn't. I literally could be creasing up, put this on, and it looks like my under eye was airbrushed, and I absolutely love it. And the smell is a little strong, but a lot of her products seem to be that way. So going in with the last three face products I have. I do not contour my face a lot. It's just not something that I really like to do. just packing too much on can make your face look cakey and feel heavy. So I don't really do it a lot, but when I do contour, I use the Anastasia Beverly Hills in the Mink Stick Foundation. This is actually for contour, and she came out with 2 of them. Mink, and then the other one I think was like faux fur, I don't know, something. And then a more pale color for concealer purposes or highlighting purposes. So this one is the more warm tone. The other one was a cooler tone, and I had bought that, and it just wound up being way too cool tone and muddy looking. But I like that it is a cream, so it does blend out better. It doesn't stick to my dry patches and doesn't become patchy on my face. So that is definitely one that I've been gravitating to when I do contour in December. Another face product is my Urban Decay Beached Bronze. I used this all of December. I stopped using it for a while because I was using a Wet n Wild one, and I went back in like the first week of December, and I remembered how much I love it. And so I'm almost at pan. You really can't tell with the lighting in here. Oh, there we go. Which is very rare for me because of all the things I own. I have probably never hit pan on any single item unless it broke. But other than that, not actually used an item down to the bottom. This is definitely one of my favorite bronzers, and I love using it during the winter when I am a little bit more fair because I'm not outside getting some beautiful sun because it's cold. Alright, and the last face product, the Anastasia Beverly Hills Amrezy. I think that's how you say her name, or Amrezy. I'm not sure. Go ahead, leave me a comment below. Let me know if I butchered it or if I did it right. This is the highlighter she collabed with Anastasia Beverly Hills to make, and it is a beautiful highlighter. The only thing that I do have to say is if you look here, it's very powdery, very messy. So that's the only thing is when I wipe my brush, I'll go ahead and show you actually my favorite brush for highlighting in December was the A23 also by Anastasia Beverly Hills. It's actually my favorite highlighting brush of all time, but I figured I would put it in here for my Decembers. So if you look here, it's just a little dusty. So you just have to be careful with that. Let's just poke some on here so I could show. Oh my goodness, it's so stunning. Just so I could show you guys, like just look. What? Okay, stop it. I know you see that. They could probably see me from freaking outer space up in here. Whoa. Okay. So I'm getting a little crazy with the highlighter, but who doesn't love a good highlight? All right. So this is definitely, if you need a highlighter, you need a highlighting brush. These two are going to be where it's at. This is a beautiful highlighter. I think it was like $28, between $30. I don't really remember. But it's definitely one that I've been gravitating to all of December because it has that golden color, which just gives me a beautiful glow. So I look so dewy and healthy in these cold winter months. And I would definitely recommend you guys getting this one and this to go with it because it's perfect. All right, so moving on, I have 2 lip products that I picked out. I don't have a favorite blush that I put in here, but just because I love a lot of blushes, so none of them are really like a favorite that I have. If anything, I would have to say the Milani. I have a Milani one, and I have to think of the name, but it has like it's a rose petal. Those are beautiful. I have a couple of them, and I love them, but I really haven't had a favorite in December, so I didn't want to pick one out for you guys. But the 2 lip items that I have used since I got them, basically all of December, which by the way, this name is like worn off. So this is the Laura Lee liquid lipstick in Kissmas. It is actually one of my favorite liquid lipsticks, and I have worn it probably at least 2 to 3 times a week in December because it's so easy to wear, it's so beautiful, and the way that it feels is just fantastic. But obviously you could tell that I've carried this one around because I've only had it for like a month, and it has worn off the label. I just carry it in my purse, and I just am so in love with it. I'll go ahead and link the video to the whole Laura Lee collection review that I did. This was definitely one of my favorite items. So the next lip item is the Lunar Beauty by Manny MUA lip gloss in Celine. So I love the feeling of this one. I love the formula. I love that when it wears off, it doesn't leave a bunch of chunky glitter on your face, and you can top it over any liquid lipstick, any regular lipstick, or wear it by itself, which is a big thing for me recently, is wearing not liquid lipsticks, lip glosses. I hope this comes back in 2019. Maybe I'll try to bring it back in 2019 because I'm here for it with lip glosses. I love my liquid lipsticks. They are amazing. But I need just like a gloss break, like a nude gloss, or put a liner and just wear like a shimmery gloss. I'm here for it. We're going to do it. Comment below and tell me which one you like best, liquid lipstick or lip gloss. I'm going to go with, I'm in between, but for 2019, I think I'm going to try to go more lip gloss than liquid lipstick. So I am going to go with the next things because I kind of forgot this was skincare. This is the actual Walmart brand. It's compared to the Simple Wipes. This is Sensitive Cleansing Facial Wipes, gentle to skin, vitamin enriched. So you get a big bag like this and it's like $3. You get 40 wipes. But I love these for taking my makeup off. I'm trying not to blind you. I love these for taking my makeup off. I love them for taking my swatches off. Like, look, I'll show you. And it immediately just wipes it off. It's so wonderful. And they're decently priced. Like the Neutrogena and all them, they're way too expensive. They have fragrances. This doesn't have any fragrance. It's just a plain makeup removing wipe, and it comes off quick like that, and I love it. So back to another two brushes that I did want to point out that I've used the most in December. The first one is the Morphe M510, and I use this for my setting powder. Up my nose, my forehead. I try to use it for a highlighter because I know that a couple people said that you can, but I just don't like how it's tapered here. I like more of like a flat, so I can kind of just go in like that. I don't like the round because then I find that I'm putting highlighter like down here on my cheek and up too high. So for setting, this is great, and I think this was like $8. Morphe is definitely one of my favorite and has become one of my very favorite when it comes to lower end brushes. I am going to eventually do a video of which ones that I prefer to which ones I think are kind of meh, because I know they came out with their original line, which I hated, and I was like, I'll never buy another one of their brushes, and then people kind of convinced me to try new ones, and now I love them. So the last brush that I did want to do an honorable mention to is the Anastasia Beverly Hills number 12 brush. This is the double-ended eyebrow brush. You get the spoolie, and then you get that flat tip to actually line your brows, and I also use it to fill it in. I love this brush because it is so thin and flat that it just gives me that precise line every time. I can fill it in, I can fling them up, and then this just being on the end is an absolute dream. So the number 12 brush has definitely been one of my ultimate favorites. So this one is not a makeup item. This is actually my straightening brush. It's what I straighten my hair with. I got it from Sally's. This is the Ion 301709. The reason that I want to mention this brush is because if you have thick curly hair like I do, it's hard to get that flat, pin straight hair. And my hairstylist actually told me to get one of these baby tooth combs. So when I'm straightening, I can pull this forward, and it's heat resistant so it doesn't melt, and it literally makes my hair go from like straight and poofy to like pin straight down. It's absolutely amazing. I think this was like $8 from Sally Beauties, and you can use this to part it, and I absolutely love it. Love. This is actually the second one because the other one got lost. So I can't live without it when I'm straightening my hair. So my last two items, the first one is the Morphe Continuous Setting Mist. I love this. I love this for setting my face. I love this for refreshing my face throughout the day. I love this for wetting my brushes, my beauty blender, really anything. I have like another one up here because I'm almost out of this one. But this, the mister itself, the way it comes out versus like the MAC, I have the MAC Prep and Prime. It comes like squirts out at you, where this one just mists so beautifully. So I recently actually started using this one in December. I think I didn't have it before December. I picked it up, I loved it, and now this is like the second bottle I've gone through. So I'm really excited that I found a setting spray that it feels nice, and when I spray it on my makeup throughout the day, it kind of refreshes it, and it doesn't make it feel like I just put all this water on my face. It feels really nice. The only problem is the fragrance is a little bit much. So I could go without that. But other than that, it's very inexpensive. You can get it at Ulta or on Morphe, their website, and it's really nice to use. It's not too big, but it's kind of big, so if you're going to throw it in your purse, maybe they can make a travel size. I don't know. But I really like it. It is one of my newer favorite items. And my last, but very not least, favorite eyeshadow palette of December, you can see it here, is the Lunar Beauty by Manny MUA's Greek Goddess eyeshadow palette. I actually recently got this a couple weeks ago, and I did also do a review on this holiday collection, which I will link above, so you can check that one out as well. The reason that I absolutely love this palette is because the eyeshadows are blendable. They're beautiful. I have it on my eyes right now. I also did another look with this one, the Nemesis one. They're beautiful, they blend well, they're not patchy, they last pretty long, and the shimmers are absolutely stunning when you use them with a wet brush. I do recommend that you wet your brush, but I do recommend that with most shimmer shadows. Again, you get so many looks, and if this is like the only palette that you own, like, girl, you got so many shadows here. So many transition shades, highlighter shades, shimmers, you got your pop of crazy color. Not a lot of people like a lot of color, but you still have a couple in here. So I am really, really, really a big fan of this one. I have used it at least twice a week to try to just make sure that it is something that I like. This is actually, it's just a beautiful palette. I've, like I said, used it many times. The only thing that I have found is that the shimmers have just a bit of fallout, but nothing crazy. Other than that, it's a beautiful palette. The packaging is stunning, and it is absolutely my most favorite eyeshadow palette, the most used of December. So that is it for all of my December favorites, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope the new year brings you a lot of great blessings and good luck. And as always, make sure you give this video a big thumbs up if you liked it, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye!